All right, we got ourselves a game break here from Boston, where it was a Beantown beatdown there in the opener. 132 to 109 as the Celtics get their rings and the dub. And coming up next, LeBron James and the Lakers hosting the Minnesota Timberwolves in a game that could feature an NBA first, father and son on the floor at the same time in a regular season game. There is Bronny. We will see if that transpires. Meantime, the Celtics missing their last 13 threes as they tried to set the NBA record.
That video never gets old right there.
They were sitting on 29, which tied the record, and then could not connect on their last 13. But does not matter. 132 to 109.
Wow, that's a beautiful bridge.
The BRB, Ernie. Indeed.
Wow, that's beautiful, man.
Congratulations.
Rest in peace, Mr. Russell, one of the best men I've ever met. Not basketball players, one of the best men I ever met.
That ceremony taking place on Monday, and then the season opener on Tuesday. The 18th banner goes to the rafters. And then Jason Tatum and company came out and took care of business. They would lead by 35 in this game. Karl Anthony Towns early on.
Knicks never got a rhythm of the game. Boston Celtics shared the basketball with two well-oiled.
Well, this is just when they making threes. It's like that.
Tatum had 15 in the first quarter, and the Celtics hit 10 threes in the first quarter.
And Kenny, I was anxious to see who was going to come back, especially after the championship summer, and saying, I could do more. Listen, they're moving the ball well. They're playing for each other.
Yes, they got off the ball. The term getting off the ball. No one held the ball more than 3 seconds. They made a decision either going to shoot it, pass it, or drive it in 3 seconds, which is a lost art in the NBA.
Tell you what, Jaylen Brown is becoming a terrific defender, man.
3 and up, bang.
17 threes in the first half, 17 out of 32. So the Knicks shot 58% in the first half, and we're down 19.
You know, I think something I like this team, but missing DiVincenzo and Hartenstein, they're not as good defensively, especially on the perimeter.
Vic. So 132-109 is your final. And you see the 29 threes made by the Celtics, tying the NBA record. And try as they might, they couldn't break it. But you pick up the W in your season opener. And there's no telling what you might get on ring night, Shaq. The focus of a team, of its players on a night that has that much emotion, and that special.
Oh, it's a very emotional night. The city is going to be there. The relatives are going to be there. The extra relatives are going to be there. You don't really get a lot of sleep during shoot-around. Everybody wants to be there to support you. And sometimes you just have a lack of focus because you're so in the moment. But Boston came out.
That surprised me.
They played great. They played together. And, you know, Kenny always talk about this, the championship hangover. I wanted to see if Jaylen Brown, I'm the MVP, it's my team, but they stuck to the blueprint. They played well. They moved the ball well. And they were super aggressive. They shot 30 more threes than the Knicks. The Knicks should be embarrassed.
But, that's what surprised me about that stat, that the record goes back all the way to 21. As many threes as they shoot in the NBA today, all the records were 20. One of them was 20 and the other two were 21. I'm surprised because, these teams are shooting 40. I mean, think about that.
30's a lot. 33's is a lot to hit, man.
I know that, but I'm saying they're taking way more than they did in the last couple years. I'm surprised the record goes back to 21 is what I mean.
Yeah, I agree with that. The percentage of threes taken today is monumentally different from what it was even 4 years ago. But if you look at the Boston Celtics, what makes them, to me, so good is that they have I don't even know if they have this in their mind, but it's a 3-second rule. Shoot it, pass it, drive it in 3 seconds. Don't hold the basketball longer than that. Make a decision. So because they have such a equality of wealth for offensive prowess, they move the ball around and everyone can share it. Even a guy like Jason Tatum probably who could hold it longer, he doesn't hold it more than 3 seconds before he makes his decision.
You know, Ernie, you asked a question before the game about what's the most important thing this offseason. The Celtics didn't even have Porzingis tonight. The two biggest questions in the East is, can the Knicks raise up? Can the Sixers raise up? To piggyback on Kenny's point, the Celtics are not going to ever play bad most of the time. They might go a night where they don't shoot the ball well. You're going to have to get better if you're Philadelphia or New York, because the Celtics, like Kenny, we always talk about, the Celtics are going to drive 55. Kenny, am I right?
65.
Yeah.
You gotta get it.
You're going to have to raise your level if you're going to beat the Celtics.
The Knicks, meantime, after they lose this opener, you look at the way they start the season against 4 playoff teams. So, home against Indiana on Friday, home against the Cavs on Monday, go to Miami next Wednesday. So, they're out of the gate, dropping the opener 132 to 109, and some tests still to come for Tom Thibodeau's guys as the season gets underway. We will take a break, and the Griffeys are there. Ken Griffey Sr., Ken Griffey Jr., LeBron, and Bronny.
Where's the Nike cameraman at?
You mean cameramen?
Cameraman. There's no doubt this gonna be a commercial. I'd bet my life on it, Lynn Merritt and Howard White.
If not, then it's a missed opportunity.